Well, welcome to Ena Lake, Saskatchewan.
Sometimes you gotta put in a work, tip it on back and get right back down to earth. Soak up that full moon high, find yourself lost in a never-ending sky, full of stars and feet in the dirt. It's giddy on up and get right back down to earth.
Coeur d'Alene Sporting Goods and Rocky Mountain Rifles proudly presents Backwoods Backstage with Brett Kissel, brought to you by Deuce Vodka, Bushnell Optics, built for the pursuit, Federal Premium Ammunition, Alberta Hunter Education Instructors Association, Ultimate Wildlife Taxidermy, Hero Shot, Save the Next Day, and MCS Net.
Brett Kissel, Matthew Germain, and the great Stephen Petasky from Ena Lake Lodge. This is a very exciting highlight reel episode reminiscing about our time up at Ena just a couple summers ago. So Stephen, thanks for coming to my place after showing me your amazing place up there in northern Saskatchewan.
Oh, it's awesome. This is like Ena Lake Lodge, but in Alberta. This is incredible up here. So thanks for having me.
No, the pleasure's all mine. And we need to, first, before we talk about any fishing, we need to acknowledge who's sitting beside us, because I don't even recognize my cousin with those chops.
And hey, you know what? Right now, for all you guys watching, we are sitting in the Oilers Stanley Cup final right now. And I grew a pretty good beard. Oilers go down. Now we got the Cassian chops. I'm not changing a thing. We've won 2 in a row. And you know, we're gonna look back at this and realize that this is the reason that we won our Stanley Cup.
Perfect.
If that's the case, then that's the only reason why that's acceptable.
Then I'll wear them all year round.
Yeah. Stephen, would he be allowed at Ena Lake Lodge if he looked like that?
No, it's maybe the fishing guide. You
Okay,
know,
fair enough.
I can guide. That's totally fine.
Actually, he can't guide, as you're going to see in the footage.
I can catch, but I can't bait my own hook.
Yeah. Him and Walshy, I mean, everybody who's watched Backwoods Backstage knows that we like to rib each other quite a bit. Stephen, this is the first hot take between Uncle Derek, Brett Kissel, Matthew Germain, and Jordan Walsh. Rank the 4 fishermen, because you fished with all 4 of us. Who's
Inability.
The best? Who's the worst?
So are we talking people that can get fish on hooks or actually get them into the boat? 2 different things.
Hey, it's however you want to determine it. Who are the 4 best in the Backwoods crew?
Well, Derek has his dad has the winner for sure. He can do all parts of it, no problem at all. I'd say for you 3 guys, it was all pretty close. You're all good fishermen. I think you hooked a lot of fish. We fished a lot together. You can't get fish in the boat though. I think you have a tough time touching them. Does it kind of squeam you out, or?
Well, no, not at all. I think whoever was running the net is the problem.
The footage might suggest that I may have missed one of the nets, absolutely, but the other ones were on him.
Well, check out this clip of all the times that I caught a fish but didn't bring it in the boat.
Instead of jigging up high, I jig down low, so I have all this room for my hook set, right? And every once in a while, just lift up, drop back down slow. No quick little bump, your bait will fall off. Right, so keep it just a slow flow, up and down, like that bait fish is on bottom, just feeding, cruising around, you know what I mean? Yeah. Those bearings, so. And then when he bites, he's gonna go tap, tap, give it to him, drop down, and crank up, and instantly start reeling, because these fish will come shoot straight up on you. So it depends, you know what I mean? Sometimes they don't, but a lot of the time they'll cruise up with you, and a big one will feel like a little one, and then it'll do its drive and go down.
Here we go, baby. I feel like I've lost lots of slack, unless he's...
Well, they might be coming towards you.
First lake trout, or maybe this is a burbot. This doesn't feel too heavy, but boy, am I ever f***ing excited. Here we go. I'm right here. I'm right here. Here he is. Here he is. Here he is! Hey!
There we go.
First lake trout ever!
First, eh?
Yeah, that is the best fish around. Wow. That's unbelievable. What a beautiful fish. Like not even an hour. Change up the strategy. Job well done, buddy. This is my very first lake trout. I'm so excited. Wow. Look at that. Holy.
Boom, there she goes.
All right.
Hey, we're on the board, baby.
That's the first one. There you go.
Right on.
Thanks, Coach. I think we got a big one. It's funny because we're just sharing stories. Brody behind the camera has been trying to share the story about one of the nights out with the boys.
Just reel, don't even pull up. There you go.
For the last half an hour. Every time he gets to the punchline, whoa, he's taking me for a ride.
Hell yes!
Number 2. Right on.
So this lodge was built sometime in the 80s. We would consider the third generation owners. So back in the 80s, there was the first group, more of a fishing camp, and then my best friend's family actually bought it in 2000 and ran it for about 14 years. And they started to elevate it and become a more luxury, high-end experience. We acquired the lodge then in 2017 and have with 12 partners, all kind of from Alberta, all with a similar passion for fishing, the outdoors, and adventure. And when that group came together, we put a lot of money into the lodge to basically bring it to a whole nother level. And we are where we are today with a membership-based program for people to come up and enjoy this amazing piece of Canada that's only 2.5 hours away from Edmonton, which makes it pretty special.
Well, welcome back to Backwoods Backstage. Let's talk about the first aspect of the wow factor, I guess, if you want to call it, coming into Ena Lake Lodge.
Yeah, because you were there a day or earlier in the day before I got there, but what was your first impression?
Well, you know what? When we come in, this is, again, Stephen, all kudos to you. What a world-class resort. We are flying in on our own private plane, not quite a private jet, but again, landing on these lakes. If you look out of the window, we have nothing but lakes, wilderness, water, and we're fishing virgin lakes. It's one of the better experiences I've ever been a part of when it comes to filming and fishing up at Ena Lake.
So when we're casting into this cove or we're casting into that area above those weeds, that might be the first time ever a jackfish or a trout would have ever seen a hook. And so one of my favorite things was upon the first couple casts, catching some fish immediately.
What did I tell you, Mr. Kissel?
Look at that. Second cast.
Look at that.
Hey?
Cats.
Where did I?
Look at that. Thanks for teaching me how to cast.
So we were sitting here the one day and we were waiting for the plane to come in. And I said, took him onto the shore, and cast a few, and then I said, you go on the end of that dock and just cast right out towards that tree and you'll catch a fish. So I told that story to Brett. Boom.
And he got a second cast.
So the little guy gets on the dock to leave and he comes up to me and goes, thanks for teaching me how to cast.
There you go.
Come on, buddy.
Right on the dock.
Here we go. 3, 2.
What just happened is Brett just caught more fish in 2 casts than Jordan has caught in the last 3 full days of fishing.
Brett and I had a great day of fishing. His biggest goal, and he said a bucket list item, was to chase a monster northern pike. So we went on the hunt and it was phenomenal. The morning was slow. He caught about 10 pike, but nothing big for him to write home about. But in the afternoon, we found a beautiful bay and was spot fishing northern pike. And as the waters are so clear, it's part of a beautiful river system. I think for Brett specifically to see 35-inch northern pike swimming on the bottom of the thing and trying to spot fish and pick them off, for me, it was an incredible amount of joy because he was so excited. And we nailed a bunch of them, and I think he would have be very, very proud of the big fish he caught today.
Obviously, there's many things we love about Ena Lake, but we love what they stand for. And we're really proud of our partnership with AHIA, Bob Grzecki and his entire team. So we want to do things ethically, we want to do things sustainably, and we want to do everything the right way. So we learn as we go, especially a guy like me who spends a lot more time on the stage than I do out in the backwoods, obviously. But spending time with Stephen and obviously in a lot of Zoom calls with Bob Grzecki and his team at AHIA, we're learning a lot of really great things. So here at Ena Lake Lodge, so we've clipped the barbs, correct? Stephen, like it's all catch and release. It's all sustainability here, and I love the program.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, for us, the fishery's been around for a long time. Want to ensure it's here for our kids, another couple of generations. So we barbless or pinch the barbs. It's all catch and release. Fish handling is so important, especially for the big trout. Some of them are 50, 60 years old, and the last thing we want is have is any additional fish stress. So get it back in the water as quickly as you can, get a great picture, and leave it for someone else to catch another day.
See him?
Is that real?
Right on, buddy.
Oh!
You got her, bud.
Oh yeah.
Had to be Marty.
Yeah, he's right here, he's right here.
Okay, yeah. Nice fish. Colors on it.
Great fish. Look at that golden color. Had to be Matthew. What a beautiful fish.
Aren't they pretty? Let's try and get another one, boys. There she goes. Right on.
Nice. This is hard work. Wow!
Oh, there we go! We got a toad!
Oh my!
Oh, I see him, he's right here.
Oh my God!
Let him fight.
Oh my God!
Okay. There you go. It's coming up.
You got him.
Boys! Wow!
Boys!
Holy!
Over here.
Holy! Okay.
You can feel him pull the boat, bro.
We got it!
Ah! Yes! There we go!
What a monster!
That is a hog!
Oh my goodness! Look at this beautiful trout! Look at this! I can't believe it! Absolutely stunning fish!
Quarter belt.
Baby!
Look at that! We're on the measuring board. That is amazing.
Brett, turn to me too.
Wow!
Look at that pig. I gotta make the frame bigger.
Oh my gosh!
Look at the head on the
What
fish.
an unbelievable fish!
Right here.
Put it. Pop it on.
Yeah. Wow!
Yeah.
Look at this fish! Look at this monster!
Boom.
Come on, baby.
That's right on! Woo! I can't even believe it.
I have been absolutely tooling Kissel at crib this whole trip, which has never happened, so I'm very excited. But I'm also smart enough to know two things. One, he is better than me. Two, it's eating him alive. So I'm up like, I don't know, 100, 150 bucks. I'm only playing it for like $20, $25 a game because I know that he wants to just keep going and going and going until he breaks even, and then it's irrelevant, right? It's not gonna happen, Brett. It's just not gonna happen. I'm in the lead, and I'm not giving it up easy. Now, we're gonna catch a bigger laker than what Derek's caught, and that's gonna eat him alive. It's not gonna be Jordy Walsh, baby. So this is our last day. I haven't caught a big fish yet, but that's my own fault. I'm not that great at fishing. What I do like about this setup, though, is with the little experience fishing that I do have, it's always been jigging back home for walleye. Today we're jigging just for lake trout, so it's kind of the same theory. The team here at Ena has taken such great care of us. Johnny's gonna get me on a big fish today. I can already feel it. The day is young.
On the move again.
Pig. Let him drive. Let him drive. Okay. Reel.
If you want to switch, we're not gonna lose a fish.
Buddy, big fish. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Put your fingers in the middle of the reel. Yeah. Keep pressure. Keep pressure. Right up.
Back up.
There we go, buddy. There we go. She's at 30 feet. See her on the drop. That's a big fish, buddy.
5 Walshy. Rod tip up when you bring her in.
Ready. There we go.
Boys!
Ace guy Johnny, baby!
Woo!
That's a good fish.
There we go. Let's check her out, boys. What we got here? What a fight, eh? That's got to be your biggest. Oh, we are on the spot. Okay. What? Let's check this fish out here.
Ace guy Johnny putting us on the big ones, baby. and they get even bigger than this. For me, this is a PB. Now let's go beat it. Can't thank you enough though, my friend. This is awesome. This is as good as it gets. Dude,
Yeah.
Go nice.
Yeah, let her go nice.
Okay.
Don't grab her.
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah.
Easy enough.
I want to talk about the fishery, Stephen and Matthew, because everybody comes up for, the trophy fish. And I'm the guy in the group, everybody knows that I love pike fishing so much. And so we had the perfect blend of it being in pursuit of, big 20-pound pike and even bigger, but also having all of the action as we got. And, on Ena and the lakes that you took us to, like, casting, catching, which was amazing for me, all that action. But maybe you can speak a little bit more about the fishery and some of the guests that come up and what they're really in pursuit of.
Absolutely. So trout fishing, pike fishing, those are two species. There's a little bit of Arctic grayling, but they're sparse. We're trying to find new Arctic grayling spots because people love that on the fly.
Yeah.
But really you come to Ena for trout and northern pike. Biggest thing with northern pike, a lot of people come up, don't realize the difference with the pike up there. Clear water, coming off, like they're perfect, they're clean, they're not slimy, they taste delicious, and they grow very, very big, as you know. So you could literally catch, if you wanted, 50 pike a day. If you're only going for small and mid-sized pike all day, targeting the big ones, it's just like trout. It takes more time, a little more of a sniper approach, but when you catch a 40-inch plus, 48 inches is our record, so what's that about this?
Yeah.
48 inches, and the
4 feet long.
That's
Unbelievable.
Trying to make a life, not a living. Trying to make a life, not a living.
Just want to say thanks to the Backwoods Backstage crew. Honestly, a great group of guys, so relatable, had so much passion to be up here, and we had a remarkable time. I want to thank them for coming up and being a part of this experience, and we can't wait to have the whole group back in the future.
The whole trip for me started at the float plane. Never been on a float plane before, and we hop in there and fly over this beautiful country, and it's lake after lake after lake after lake, and excitement level goes way up, and then we land in this beautiful place, and from walking right off the dock, seeing the boats lined up, seeing the sign, getting greeted like we did, one of my best fishing experiences that I've ever had in my life, and I've done a lot. I've fished with a lot of guides before, and you can tell the strength of a guide by their excitement level when their clients catch fish. And these guys are fantastic. They work so hard. And we had a couple hours where it was slow. You just see their wheels turn, like, how do I get these guys on fish? They are 100% here to ensure the success of the people they fly up here. So very good experience, and 10 out of 10 rating as far as I'm concerned. At the end of the day, life's all about experiences. Some people make millions and some people don't. But when you sit down when you're 80 and you're having those conversations, it's always going to be about, remember Ena Lake, remember this, remember that trip we went on here, remember. So when I go, I want my life to be full of memories, and to do it with you guys have just been fantastic.
Out of all the trips I've been on, this is one that I'm going to hold near and dear to my heart for a number of reasons, and I can tell you all about it. You can see all about it on this show, but you just need to experience it to really understand that true Ena Lake touch. Unbelievably amazing trip, and I can't wait to come back.
Well, truthfully, I had no idea what to expect coming to Ena Lake. I mean, I know we're in the middle of nowhere. I know we're coming here to fish, but little did I know that we were going to come to a world-class resort. World-class fishing is my first time ever fishing for trout. I mean, we've done a lot of pike fishing in the past, but never trophy pike on a trophy lake like this. So given what my expectations were and what they actually ended up being, they blew it out of the water. We had the time of our life here. The chefs, the bartenders, the whole entire staff here with the guides, everything was above and beyond. And as a whole, everything was tied and wrapped together perfectly, exactly what somebody would want in a fishing club retreat.
It's hard to pick the best memory from the trip, whether it was landing in on the float plane a day late because I had media to do, and dropping a line in the water, John saying, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, and boom, I caught a 39 lake trout. Everybody's telling me this is a once-in-a-lifetime fish, and this is my first freaking cast, and I catch a 39. So obviously the pictures are great, the camaraderie, everybody is loving it. And then we come back, and the very next day,
we go out and we go hiking and to this wonderful little lake that's kind of connected to Ena through a couple different channels. And the adventure that we had hanging out with Stephen and obviously Rylan, who Rye and nicknamed him Whiskey, and we're catching pike again, first cast. Or was it the best time where I'm like, hey, let's do a countdown. I got a good feeling, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, got one. Like, you can't write this stuff. Or I think one of my favorites was Ena Ed is like, yeah, you can just catch a fish right off the dock. Every lodge says that. Say, yeah, you can just catch a fish off the dock. And I catch my biggest pike right off the dock with here, this 5 of diamonds. So this is what I'm gonna say about Ena Lake. You know how in the service industry or hotel hospitality, you have 5 stars? I'm giving Ena Lake a 5 of diamonds.
Hey, it's Brett Kissel, and this is our team from Backwoods Backstage. And obviously, oh no.
He's not coming to. They work.
I thought it was a legitimate Mustang survival. You guys could save me in the water. If only you could save me from this group. I'm looking for a new TV show on Sportsman. I'll stay at Ena anytime, but I'm looking for a new group.